Guess who's back? Back again. Juljas back. Protect your eyes. We are back in the terrible map series, and this time we're looking at World Conquer 2. A very OG game. I don't know how many of you actually played this, but actually back in the day this game was quite a lot of fun. I mean, I think it still is, just the issue is the round timer. Before I start this video, please hit that sub button, like button, bell button, all the buttons. Just slap all the buttons as hard as you can. And let's get right into it. First of all, the UK. This time they didn't actually do such a terrible job as the UK for once, I have to say. I think the angle is a little bit weird. England should be a bit more tilted, so this bottom part should be somewhere close to the English Channel, and this part here should be a little more tilted the other way. That's like, sorry for the clicking, it's really hard to avoid it. It's like a minor part. Then they added actually the Isle of Man, they added some islands here. I don't know why those don't belong to anybody, those white islands there. A bit weird, okay. General shape isn't absolutely horrendous. Kind of a lot of islands missing. There's a lot of like little bit of lakes, big things, but generally it's not that terrible, the shape, have to say. Moving on to Norway, which weirdly enough is tiny. Why is Norway so small? The UK is a lot larger than Norway, and yeah, I'm not sure if that's really true. Sweden as well looks a little bit weird. Norway, they obviously didn't put any islands, and it should be scattered full of islands. The Swedish-Norwegian border isn't too terrible. No, Sweden, again, missing a lot of the big lakes, but I guess they just don't like lakes in this. I just like how Denmark just slapped some little islands there, just say, yeah, that's the islands we have there. Just ignore the rest. Let's move on to España, who they like to abuse brutally. First of all, this Portuguese tile here, I'll have to click on it, I'm sorry. This one here. Why is this Spanish? Did Spain just annex part of Portugal for reasons? Why is there no south of Spain? Why is Spain in the war? Looking at the rest of Spain, it looks a bit like a potato. Not a lot of detail, but not as terrible as we've also already seen it. Again, the three Balearic Islands, they are missing. They're missing Ibiza. Looking at France. By the way, there's a Spanish-French border. Also, a bit weird. This tile here probably should be Spain. Just by the way. France, again, at least they have Brittany here. Even though, again, not very detailed, but just a bit plump. But those are very minor details. Cherbourg is a little bit weird. The French-German border is kind of all over the place. Why did France, like, half annex Belgium? Realistically, I think these two should be still... This here should be Luxembourg, this should be Belgium. The Netherlands should be a lot larger. I think all of the Benelux are just tiny for I don't know what reasons. Switzerland is once again a sack of potato. They absolutely, again, horrified the form of Switzerland. No Geneva. I mean, the Ticino and the Watt is totally wrong. Graubünden looks disgusting. North of Switzerland is just annexed. Just let's move on. My eyes. Wear sunglasses, please. Corsica is not too terrible. They got a bit of a shape. Little thumbs up there. Sardinia is okay as well. Is tiny. Why is Italy so small? Look at Germany. Germany is massive. Why is Italy such a little fart? And the Balkans, they are tiny. How can it be that the Balkans, all of the Balkans, are like 5 times, I'd say 2 times smaller than France? Just look at the Balkans in real life. Just look at this map. Look at France. How are the Balkans like 2 or 3 times smaller than France? How is that even possible? For once, it didn't absolutely destroy the World War II borders. I mean, Greece is kind of hard to show, since they made it so tiny. It's kind of hard to depict it, but I don't know why they annexed this part. This should be Albania. So again, once they just really don't like Albania. Yugoslavia and Bulgaria. I mean, Bulgaria, the shape is absolutely horrifying. At least Turkey, for once, is not as terrible, but they annexed a bit of the Soviet territories. I mean, they're going into Persia, for Christ's sake. They are annexing Persia. Turkey is expanding. Why is Turkey so large? Hungary, for once, the shape is not as horrible, but why does Hungary have a border with the Soviets and no with the Poles? Why is Romania smaller than Hungary in 1939? Why is Hungary larger than Yugoslavia? Why is Hungary like half of Italy? What is going on? What's with Hungary? Then Poland is just... let's first go to Germany. The German shape is absolutely terrible. It's like really tilted. General shape isn't correct, and I don't know why Danzig is already annexed. The posters have no way to the ocean. I guess they should have like this tile here. Or I don't know which one otherwise. Germany, by the way, the Baltics just once again were annexed. Why are there no Baltics? What is about the Baltics? No Slovakia. The Germans and the Soviets already have a border in 1939. Just there's still Poland in between. This map makes no sense. Yeah, why is Germany so omega large? Just taking out Germany and France are gigantic, and the rest of Europe is just like meh, weird. Finland has some really weird borders. Why do Finland and Germany have a border? Where is the Finnish and like the ocean between Finland and Estonia? Just non-existent. Okay, why is the Finnish-Russian border a straight line? What? Why did Finland annex like St. Petersburg? The Soviet Union, at least they are large. First, let's look at Poland. Just poor little Poland. I don't know what happened to you. You just were beaten up already before the war started, I guess. Here is historically very accurate. You somehow were shrunken just to make you less powerful. Why? Looking at the factions. Why are Hungary and Romania already in the war in 1939? Why is Spain in the war? Why is Finland in the war? Because Finland didn't really join the Axis. The Russian geography. Why is Crimea such a little fart here? Geography in Russia makes no sense. So here you have. Had explained to me that if this is Crimea, how is this here Kiev? How distorted is freaking Ukrainian? Why is Kiev so close to Moscow? Is this here supposed to be Astana? Why is Astana over here? It's just wrong. I guess like Moscow semi looks so good. Yeah, a lot of mistakes, but some parts that didn't get as terrible. UK is better. The general, no, it's not great. It's not great. I would have loved to say that they made improvements in future games. They did not. They get worse. Tell me if I missed out on anything major. I tend to forget one or two things usually in these videos, but there's just so many mistakes I don't even know where to start. Should I do more of these maps? Should I do more games? Should like little niche games like European War 5 or the other European wars? Tell me. I'd like to know. Thank you for watching. Special shout outs to Victor SMG, Rovanian11, Revolution hashtag 3299, and Martin Barr, our newest member, for being loyal members to the Juljas channel. I appreciate all four of you, and you are the greatest. Have a nice and bye.